Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone has had a good start to their day. And so we're going to do something a little different today for some of us that have been in our programs a little longer. This is something you all really like. And we are going to break into Zoom rooms. Now, part of being in a community is really taking the time to get to know other people. And so today, I hope everyone has come prepared to have their cameras on. And, the interesting thing about this is when people are going to meet people, all of a sudden the cameras start coming on. So here is the premise of today. We know people are going to the retreat. We know that there's impact days. We also know that there's this always ongoing opportunity to collaborate, learn, and grow with people. And so I've always believed in this concept of together we can always be more. And I think the power of the community really is each other. And we want to help facilitate those types of connections. We were talking about this yesterday with Les, and that was such an impactful session, right? Of her passion of just being a human and how she showed up and literally showed everyone she was shaking. Like I found it very just genuine and just such a change of pace from this hard, like, hey, I have a referral. Hey, I have a referral. Hey, I want a referral, right? So what we want to do is a couple things. Number one, we want to make sure that you really all get to know each other. Number two, we want to give you a context to have the conversation, because if you put a bunch of people in a room with no context, then it's problematic. Number three, I'm going to highly encourage you to take your conversations offline, meaning whoever you meet, just get to know them, right? And from there, send them an email, a video message, and take the opportunity to really get to know the person. Now, if you think about this, and I'll put a business spin on it, if you talk to 3 new people a day, that's 15 people a week, 60 people a month. And if you did that 10 months of the year, that's 600 new agents you'd get to know. Now, one of the things I know in real estate that is not done well is our ability to think about the macro versus the micro. And I'll give you an example. We're always taught to have a business plan, correct? Like we're going to have a business plan. But a business plan is not a 100-yard dash, meaning you run to the 100-yard dash, you go past the finish line, you go back to the exact starting race. The exact starting point. The whole point of being in business is having an actual long-term strategy. Do you think a lot of these Fortune 500 companies really just make a plan year after year and say, all right, guys, what are we going to do this year? No, it's how do I have a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, and then strategically use my 1-year business plan to get me closer to a larger goal. So when I think about what's going to be impactful, and like we talked about momentum and multipliers, what will be a multiplier for all of you is each other. If you could really be disciplined and meet 600 new agents a year, in 5 years, you'd have 3,000 agents that you actually genuinely know. Think about that. What the impact would be on your life, your relationships, your friendships, and ultimately your business. So this is what I want you to start thinking about, right? Because one of the most impactful things you could do is not just take action, is change your approach to things and the way you think through things, right? I would say a 5-minute task done 300 times a year is 25 hours. We're not taught to think like that, right? But when we start thinking about productivity and our business and growth and where we want to be, these are the things that fill our gap. So when a year starts, you're like, oh, wow, how am I going to reach my goal? Well, let's start doing things purposefully now that give us momentum, that give us the ability to hit our goals a little bit easier. Because we all know an agent vetted referral is one of the best kinds of referrals that you can humanly get. So we're going to break into Zoom rooms, and we'll put people in rooms, Andrew, of 4. Now, in the room, each person is going to take a moment. They're just going to introduce themselves, share one fun fact that they could not find out about them on the internet, right? Like something you would not know. Like I can't say, hi, my name is Chirag Shah. I'm a business coach from Westport, Connecticut. Like you can look that up online, right? So share something that people would not know. I would say, hi, my name is Chirag Shah. I'm a business coach. And, I started playing golf when I was 13 years old. It's my secret passion, and I need to make more time for it this year. Like that's something about me that someone can connect with, right? Think about more of who you are, and then share your real estate superpower. And the reason I said share your real estate superpower, because if somebody needs help with something, let them reach out to you. Hey, you do a really good job at that, Didi. Let me reach out and could you help me out with that? Giving is the best way to start building great relationships. Zero expectations of the outcome and just be a giver. So we're going to break into the Zoom rooms, and we'll break into we're going to break into one room this time for the duration of it. David and I will kind of pop in and out of these rooms throughout and just stick our head in. We really want to give people the opportunity to get to know people. If you get stuck in a room that doesn't have anyone, you can obviously leave the room and there'll be somebody here to put you into a different room. Does anyone have any questions about doing this? Look at all these people turning their camera on. Who knew? I'm seeing people. Good morning, Kimberly. Carol, I saw your email. I still owe you an email back. Christina, good morning. Karen, good morning. Rob, good morning. Elkin, good morning. All right. So now you're going to see something pop up on your screen and you're just going to hit join. So now let's actually, I know how to do this. Let's see. The rooms are done. You'll see something pop up and there you go. Carlin, you got to get in a room, meet people. Karen, good morning. Do you have a room that you got into here? And you can unmute yourself. I can't hear you. You can unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Morning, Chirag.
I need to go back into room 19 and I just, by accident, got out of it.
Okay, Andrew, can we put Karen in room 19? Rena, do you have a room?
No, my internet dropped and I'm just logging back in.
Okay, let's see. There you go.
Hi, Chirag, Linda. I'm in room 24 and it also showed up and then disappeared.
Okay, can we get Linda in room 24?
Thank you.
Hey, Corey, how are you? Pick a number 1 through 24.
17.
All right, room 17 you go. You know, for the people that are here, you guys all can just meet here. There's 3, 4. Carlin, you're going to have to unmute yourself. Caitlin, are you here?
We could do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm Karen Elefante. I work in the new Rockville Center office on Long Island. I'm actually the founding agent. We wanted to, I guess, my real estate career is 21 years. I've been into several companies and I think Compass is really where I need to be. I'm so happy. I'm in the company 1 year. A fun fact I think would be that I've been cooking since I'm 14. I came from a big family and my mother was not well. So I kind of took over the Martha Stewart stuff. I would say my real estate superpower is that I love the marketing center and I've created a buyer's guide that if anybody wants for me to share that with them, I'd be happy to do that. I've had a lot of success in that. I send it over to every buyer that I meet. And I have a digital version of it and an actual book version of it that I got from Express Docs. I got 25 books for like $140. It was it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That's really it.
That's great. So everyone, if you want a buyer's guide, reach out to Karen. So look now, I guess you all have the pleasure of me being here with David. So it's like your double lucky day. Now, if I were going through this, right, I would take a note and I would say to myself, okay, Karen's in this area, this location. I would upload her to my CRM. I would tag her And then I would write a note in the task that says, follow up with Karen and send her an email for her buyer's guide. Right. And now when you have the conversation, you document it. Think about when you go to a hotel, right? When someone talks, whatever you say, they're like, oh, hold on. And they write it all down. But that's just an ongoing dialogue they have with themselves of what you say. All right. So who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Morning, everybody. You can hear I'm not from here originally. I'm South African, been here 24 years. I would say that Compass has also been just an absolute blessing for me. I really love being in the company. I've been there for also just over a year now. I would say that something that people probably don't know about me is that my husband is an identical twin. I have fraternal daughters, and one of them is about to have a pigeon pair in October. So that's probably like my most exciting thing that's going on right now. I would say that my superpower is probably that I've been told that when people meet me, they leave feeling better than what they were feeling before the meeting. So I think that is because I do try to be as authentic as possible. I love helping people. I love matching people to homes. And so I just pour all of that into my real estate. And I am a teacher, but profession originally. So I'm pretty organized, and I like to sort of like, really stay in touch and make sure everybody's doing okay.
Linda, where is your market? I didn't hear that.
Oh, sorry, I never told you that. I'm actually on the Monterey Peninsula. I specialize in Carmel and Pebble Beach, but I pretty much sell over the whole of the area. And I have been in real estate on the whole for 19 years, but in this particular, in the company only for just the past year.
Thank you for sharing that, Linda. One comment, both of the people that we've heard from so far this morning are relatively new to Compass. And if you're an agent, if I were in this call and I were an agent who's been with Compass a bit longer, I might check in with each of these folks, and just say something like, hey, is there any part of the Compass universe that you haven't mastered yet that you'd like to know more about? Or is there some way I can help you within the Compass universe with something you haven't been able to capitalize on yet? Right? That way you're reaching out with a sense of where there might be a real need for something or some value that you can provide. And whatever that person's answer is, it might be something that you might be able to help them with. So by listening carefully to what's not being said or what's being, let's say, implied implicitly, maybe there's a way for you to find a way to provide that value, because I can bet that somebody like Les would be listening carefully and doing something like that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Don't be shy. Who's next?
I could go next. Could you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Leaville Martinez. I'm located in Katy, Texas, which is about 30 minutes west Houston suburbs. I'm original from Venezuela. One of the things that I truly like about my team is we speak Spanish and we speak Portuguese, and we have an stager in-house. So I think, that's one of the things that it's very unique about us. I joined Compass about a year and a half ago. I love it so far. The reason I moved here was the technology, and so far I enjoy every single new product Compass launches. I joined this community and I'm enjoyed every minute too. I think there is a lot of people here that it's willing to share their knowledge, and I love that. I'm a people person, and I look forward to meet you at the retreat and exchange experiences. I love that.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to hop out into a couple of the other groups. I don't know if Chirag will or not, but Chirag, I'm going to start with group 24 and work my way backwards. We'll see you folks a little later.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Can't hear you, Chirag.
Ian, you've done this a few times in Zoom rooms. So why don't you, you're like an OG community member here. So why don't you share with everybody who you are?
I came on late, so I don't know. I heard basically, is it just like an introduction kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I also, like, it sounds like the others who have spoken, I'm also relatively new. It's been about 1.5 years with Compass. I had a 5-person team at Element, and I totally broke the chains and kind of started off on my own at Compass, just starting over. I heard someone say, what you don't know about me, that is pretty tough. I think I'm pretty open when I know someone or when I'm getting to know people. I think I wear my heart on my sleeve. I pretty much show and say how I feel, and say who I am. So I don't think there's a whole lot that most people don't know about me. If you know me at all, you'll probably know the majority of everything. I love sports and I love active sports. I still, at 48 years old, love to hurt myself. And so I do snowboarding and surfing and mountain biking and things like that. I too am just hoping and looking forward to hopefully some Compass culture coming back to the office, because that's part of the reason why I came, because I would like to start a team again, or at least join a team and become a part of a smaller community. And I haven't really felt like I've gotten a whole lot of that due to, COVID and everything. So I'm hoping and looking forward to really getting that culture and learning and growing with the Compass crew.
So for those who are newer here, the office culture was incredible. You go into these offices and there's such vibrancy and energy and life and snacks, right? And you just look at it and, it was just a bunch of collective energy trying to build the world's greatest real estate company. And, that's why we find these events, these Zoom rooms and everything so powerful. It's an it's an opportunity to bring people together, right? Even at retreats and these other things, anytime you have the opportunity to meet people in person, you really should. It's a people business, right?
I have a very good story to tell about. I have to say that if you guys have not got into this whole notion of meeting other agents to help grow your business, it's a missed opportunity, a huge missed opportunity. I'm only in Compass 1 year, and I've already connected with a huge handful of Compass agents all over the United States. And I've actually gotten 3 listings from people one in Austin, Texas, one in LA, California, and one in Westchester. I'm in touch with also a woman who is in the Woodbury office. And for some reason, we connected with each other. Every single person that wants the South Shore of Long Island, she contacts. I get that opportunity, and it's been a lot. And I feel like it was almost one-sided. She was just giving me a lot of opportunities and I wasn't giving her anything, and I felt bad. So she had something to do on the South Shore of Long Island and she needed an expediter. So she asked me for an expediter and I gave it to her. She told me like a month later that she said, Karen, you made me look like a rock star. That expediter was incredible and got things done in 48 hours. So because you made me look like that rock star, I got another listing from that transaction. You made me look so good that I got another listing out of it. And I was just, my head was shaking, like my whole body was shaking. I mean, it was so powerful. And I didn't even realize that just giving her this one small thing, that I just looked on my phone and gave her an expediter that I like, and it blew up into this incredible referral system. And it's really, you just have to get into it, and it's just gonna keep rolling and rolling and rolling, and you're going to grow your business. I promise you that.
All right. So who's next up to share? I love that story. Look, it is really, what people don't realize is you join Compass, it's like you get a whole life of people. Everywhere you go, there's people. It's like if you have small kids, we always used to talk about this. It was so great because kids need two things when you go places, right? They need bathrooms they generally need to use and snacks. So you'd have like this white card and people would travel all around and they'd find these Compass offices and they just bring their kids in. People are really welcoming. They use the restrooms, they get snacks, they kind of just keep going. So who wants to share next in this group? Kevin, Arana, the 281 number, anybody? All right, so I'm going to pop into another room, but here's where I'm going to leave the four of you. Start asking each other what you need help with most and see if you could start a offline conversation. Right? Like take the time to get to know each other. And if this is uncomfortable, that's even better. You just made my day, right? Because we all need to learn how to do this. And there's a difference between networking and connecting. Connecting is being a human being and having a conversation. I would classify myself as a connector. People like you must be the best networker. And you know what the funny thing is? I hate networking. You put me in a room of 300 people that I don't know. It is the last thing I want to do. And I have the same plan every time. I'm going to find one person, I'll spend the whole night talking to them. So I can build one authentic connection. So this idea of working rooms, guys, and everything else is just, I think it's just stupid. It's like the jack of all trades, master of none. Who'd you really get if you said, 15 minutes to go through the room like that?
So are you saying, Chirag, that it's not necessarily a bad thing to connect with one person in a large room and sort of really connect with that one person?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Personally speaking, that's what I do every single time I go somewhere. It's like, I'm like, oh, it's lucky day. They're about to be stuck with me for the next however many hours or time. And look, some people got it like that. They can go and they can make 3 or 4 good connections, right? And other people are very uncomfortable. So you need to be present to who you are and what makes you comfortable, and how can you make this experience authentic to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'll let you guys speak to each other. Let me mute myself.
Ian, I didn't get what market you're in.
New York City.
Okay, New York City. Okay, that's my neck of the woods.
Nice. Where are you?
I'm on the South Shore of Long Island in Rockville Center office.
Yep, I recognize the accent a little bit.
Oh God. Well, I grew up in Queens. Be careful.
Yep, I know it well.
And you, Linda, which market are you?
I'm in Carmel and Pebble Beach on the Monterey Peninsula in California. So kind of like 2 hours south of San Francisco. It's a very sort of, it's a slightly different kind of a market here. There are a lot of second homes. There's no industry. So there's not a lot of movement like with, you hear of different areas where people are moving because of schools and things like that. That doesn't really happen so much in this area, but it's a very, very beautiful area. It's a very sort of controlled in so much as they're very strict about what they allow people to do with regards to building. You can't go higher than 2 stories, and there are no billboards and, that kind of thing. But it's lovely. It's really a lovely area. You should all try and get here if you can. And if you do, please reach out to me. I'd love to show you around.
There we go. Well, I just came yesterday from Sacramento.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing how different are every market, even if you are like 30 minutes from one place to another. So for example, in my case, one of the reasons people move is the school district. That pretty much all the schools are like 5 stars, highly acclaimed, and people that come from California here, they are amazed that they could get a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom hardwood floors for $500,000.
I know. I know
Where
my
are you?
daughter, my daughter that I mentioned who's having twins, her husband is in the Air Force and they're based in Nebraska. And she keeps saying, Mom, sell your house. You can come and live here. You'd have a mansion here and we'd all be able to stay in one huge big house. And it's like, it's quite amazing when you look around and see what people get in other areas for what we get here. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
I have a question of everybody. I know that the CRM is so important for our business. And I was wondering like what each one of you do like every day to work that CRM. Because I know that I have to do it and I do it here and there, but I don't do it every day. I don't do it enough. And I know it's going to be the biggest source of my referrals.
I think the most important thing with the CRM is to basically use your tags. And so then when, you know, I'm kind of one of those people that just when things come up, I just like to jump on them. My slogan is consider it done. So I don't have like set routines for each day, but if I've tagged everything really well and something comes up where I'm wanting to do something specific, I can go into my CRM and pull a group that is related to that in some way, whether it be that I've heard like a great, you know, a great restaurant, let's just say. And then you just kind of know from your tags who to reach out to and say, hey, I just heard of this, or I just ate at this restaurant. It's new in town. You should really all try it. So it kind of like, I use it like that more than anything else, I would say.
I think that I agree with Linda about the tagging. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the person that's going to be sitting for 2 hours tagging people. So I just do like a 15, 20 minutes to keep the tagging. And I found that for open houses, using the QR code for open houses, when people can sign in, they sign in using the QR code that Compass provide you. It automatically tags them as open house leads, and then you can follow up through an action plan or sending bulk emails. Like Linda says that, you know, if you find something interesting and a new product helping first-time home buyers, you can directly target those open house leads. So that have brought a lot of business to us.
Good job, good idea.
I kind of use my likely to sells because, I mean, I don't know how long you've been in the business and how big your kind of contact list is, but mine is a dirty mess. And I have so many contacts in there that probably a lot of them aren't super useful, but I have 492 likely to sells. So
you got lots of money in there, dude.
Yeah, so I go through that and I try and do like 3 of those a day, and I've separated them from within, you know, New York City and outside of New York City. So I have like a different kind of email that I send to each of them, you know, depending on where they are. And that's kind of my one main thing that I do. And then I'm trying to get all of my past solds, like the home anniversaries or whatever. I don't know how that's supposed to do those going forward, but I'm trying to get all those in, going through all my old files, which is super fun.
So couple things. One, hit yes or put a smiley face in the Zoom box if you enjoyed a conversation with somebody you had today. Let's see how everybody's doing. So it looks like people like the breakouts. Some, we'll see. So I have to put the survey up. If not, I get in trouble. I'll say this every day so they can put the survey up now. Look, I think ultimately is you can hear from what Ian's saying. There's a lot to be said about connecting with other people. And there's so much stuff that we do that's offline that we need to figure out really how to make the most out of this time together. It is myself, David's, and the rest of our team's absolute obsession on how we can make the relationships with each other, one of the most valuable things in this entire community. This is not about just coming here and just listening to us talk. It's about connection. It's about collaboration. It's about growth. It's about friendship. It's about significance. It's about meaning. And these are all the things that make up a happy life, right? Because like when you're happy, your business and your life are both doing great. So If you have a moment, fill out the survey. And time to time, we will continue to do this, right? So as we get closer to the retreat and everything else, and there's Impact Day, listen, go somewhere different. Like Impact Day is tomorrow. Do not go to your office if you can. I don't care if you just go across the bridge, go anywhere else, go meet new people. Same thing, same results. So I just want to thank everyone for being present and showing up and sharing something special with each other. You know, for my friends in the West Coast and the rest of you, you guys always inspire me how you're up, dressed, ready to be here and present by 6:30 in the morning. So as always, with love in my heart, I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.